Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the library locker ribbon cutting at the East 10th Street Community Center. My name is George Stokas. I'm the Assistant County Administrator for Martin County. And yes, to quote Helen, Stuart is in Martin County. We never forget that. Thank you. 12 years. Today, I want to recognize we have one elected official that showed up. That's Commissioner Harold Jenkins. Thank you very much. But I know Jen Salas is also going to introduce all the library board members. I know some of you, and I don't think it'd be fair to try and mess all of your last names up. But when we had this idea, it was actually, I do remember looking at Jen Salas going, lockers? We're going to do lockers? Why would we do lockers? And she said, no, it's really cool. It's these Amazon-type-esque lockers. And I'm thinking, how can a locker really change a world? It's just a box, right? And with the one good collaboration with the city and the county, we came up with this great location, which we're kind of far away from a library for a 10-year-old kid to ride his bike across Monterey. And what a great opportunity that you can have a child pick up and drop off books here at the locker. For those of you who don't know, Martin County does have 6 branches. I'm not going to go through and name all of them, but the closest library is the Blake Library. But because of that, though, there are still neighborhoods just like East Stuart that struggle to get library access. And I attended a speech yesterday with Dr. Millay, and it takes 30 million words for your child to be able to pass the 3rd grade testing scores. And unfortunately, neighborhoods that are restricted both in the English language or access to libraries, those children lack reaching those 30 million words. And I know it's important for all of us as a community. We want every child to be able to read and write and succeed in our community. And our libraries are a key part of that world in creating unique ways for which these children can reach and have access to those books. And these lockers, albeit are simple, are really emblematic and very prominent as to how those children can obtain that type of education. Martin County holds the pickup locker system, and this is just the beginning of the ways in which our library and our wonderful library staff who does an amazing job and makes me look really good, which I know is a lot of work, by the way, in coming up with these creative ideas and ways in which we can reach the youth and adults in our communities. And with that, now I want to hand it over to Ms. Jen Salas. She's our library director, and she's going to have a couple more words.
Good morning, everyone. So our library focuses on access to information and resources. And with this locker system, it provides access to over 300,000 library materials in our collection. From books and DVDs to book club kits and laptops, we have a variety of items to fulfill everyone's interests. We do a lot of outreach into different parts of our community to ensure that we are sharing the information about the library that we share with as many residents as possible. And during our visits, we had also recently handed out some kits that support literacy, creativity, and homework help. So just like this locker system, these kits were supported by the American Rescue Plan funds. This locker system is a perfect add-on to those outreach visits, and since it brings library to the community, instead of expecting the community to come to us, it's a perfect opportunity. We will show you how simple it is to request and to pick up library items from this locker system after our ribbon cutting. And we do hope to expand this concept into other parts of Martin County, so be on the lookout for other lockers in our communities. I do want to take a moment to thank our library staff who worked tirelessly over months and months of testing and working with vendors to get this set up. And thank you to the City of Stuart as well for this collaboration. I do want to recognize that we have a Library Board of Trustee member here, Susan, and we appreciate everyone for coming out for this event. So I do want to introduce David Dias, City of Stuart Manager, to come and say a few words.
Thank you, Jennifer. Of course, as usual, Mr. Stokas stole half of my talk, but that's okay. We were at the same luncheon yesterday, that's why. So I first want to thank Martin County, especially the Board of County Commissioners and the Library Foundation for thinking about the City of Stuart when they're placing a locker program like this within the municipality, and in particularly the East Stuart community itself. When George was talking earlier about that 30 million word gap by the age of 3, that gap is between the wealthiest and the poorest of families. And when you're thinking about why, there's a lot of different reasons, but a lot of that relates to transportation and access. And so when we're putting a kiosk like this or a library access system like this, it kind of helps to shorten or narrow or eliminate that gap from being able to get that access and the transportation needs. Now, I was talking with our staff here earlier about the community center, because the community center itself, whether you know or not, has a very active and vibrant youth program that we run here, an after-school program, and having this right out front and having staff that has access to library cards to be able to bring the books actually here from the library to engage with those kids that are coming here every day from the local elementary schools is going to be a fantastic option for us, because it eliminates a lot of difficulties for us to achieve or obtain the books. And not just books, I understand, I was just told today, I didn't know there's electronics media also available that you can get from the lockers as well. So again, thank you very much to Martin County for your partnership with this, and we certainly appreciate the thoughtfulness of putting this in the East Sturt community. Thank you.
Dave, thank you very much. I think this is just the beginning of all the good things that the city and the county can do with each other. I want to thank all of you for coming out today. And with that, we're going to go ahead and cut the ribbon. 1, 2, 3.